This is my first time cooking collard greens, so I'm trying to prep them now. Cutting out the stem because it's kind of tough, and then I'm cutting them into strips so that they cook up and they're bite size. Now slicing up some shallots. There was 4 small ones this size. I'm just gonna make them into slivers. Okay, I have all my ingredients according to the recipe I found on YouTube. I'll link it down below. I made a little bit of a modification. Instead of using bacon, I cut up this hog jowl, and I'm going to use that. And here's my collard greens, and I'm going to cook it on an induction burner out in the yard because from what I remember as a child, collard greens make your house stinky. So I'm going to cook them out here in hopes that it doesn't. Okay, cooking's underway. I started cooking the hog jowl. I sliced it into like bacon thick strips, and I cooked it most of the way through, as you can see here. There, get it in focus better. And then I cut it up into smaller chunks, and then I'm going to add this back to the pot once we start simmering down the collards. So this will cook a little bit longer. It is a smoked hog jowl, so you can eat it right now if you want to. And I did taste it, and it was really good. It's extremely fatty, though, of course, because of the cut of meat. But I think it's going to add a really good punch of flavor to the collard greens. Okay, I finished up cooking the 8 strips of the hog jowl, and now I've thrown the last bit of bacon grease, I guess you would call it, into the big stock pot with the 4 shallots that we chopped up earlier and some pre-minced up garlic. Okay, now that the collards have wilted down, I'm going to add the chicken broth. And the recipe I found online, it was 3 cups of water to like 2 chicken bouillon cubes. But I'm just going to use chicken broth because that's what I have on hand. And I think it'll be just as flavorful. So I have less collard greens than the recipe called for. So I'm doing just over half the amount, so like 1 3/4 cups of water. And then I'm going to add some chili flakes, and I'm going to go ahead and add this. It's supposed to come in the next step, but because I only have sugar cubes on hand, I'm going to go ahead and put it in so it can dissolve. And also regular black pepper. Now that the collard greens have simmered down for about 10 minutes, we're going to add a dash of white vinegar, like about a tablespoon, and probably about a teaspoon to a tablespoon of hot sauce because I'm feeding this to my kids, so we can't go too hot. Some salt, and we're going to add the hog jowl back to it towards the end. It's going to cook for another 45 minutes, and it should be ready.